Well, hello, hello, hello. I hope you all are having a super duper fantastic day out there today. Yes, it is day 3 of Dineen's 12 days of Christmas. Okay, so y'all already know how this is about to go down. Go ahead and share the video. We got Missy Brown here today. It's going to be all about healing the inner you. But before we get into this conversation, I want you to go ahead and get your notepad and your pen because you know it's always about dropping the nuggets. So I want to make sure that you are prepared to get what you came here for. And this is going to be a conversation about healing the inner you. And Missy will be able to help us. She said we're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly, but mostly the ugly and what it was that she learned through her journey of healing. So look, my name is Dineen Merriweather. I am the CEO and founder of Queenpreneurs Jumpstart Program. It's the #1 training environment for women in the world looking to leverage their knowledge, ignite their passion, and build a highly profitable business. How do we do this? By building your courage, confidence, and competence so you can accept, believe, and commit to what it is that God has called you to do. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to stop chit-chat. And do you have your pen and your paper? I need you to put it in the chat. Yes, I do. I'm ready. I'm ready for the nuggets. I'm ready for the drops. I'm ready for the gold. And if you are ready for that, then I'm going to go ahead and give Missy an opportunity to introduce herself, let you guys know who she is, what it is that she do, and what she going to be talking about tonight. So Missy, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. So my name is Missy. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. I do inspirational speaking, motivation. I love to write. I'm actually currently writing a book now called Putting the Pieces Together. And basically that book is inspired. I've inspired that book because I was basically working a lot with pain. Like I had a broken heart and I was working and working and working, and I wasn't fulfilled because I was not happy. My heart was broken. So, my name of my book is called Putting the Pieces Together. So, I write, I speak, I teach, and I motivate.
All right. All right. Well, that is so good. So what is the conversation that we're going to be talking about tonight?
So, tonight we're going to be talking about my healing journey for the past 3 years. Still on it, going to be on it to the day that I die. So we'll be talking about that, the good, the bad, the ugly, but we'll be focusing more on the ugly
All
and
right.
how I got through the ugly.
Okay, so let's start the conversation. So, do you want to set up what it was actually that you were going through that caused this breakdown or a situation where you needed healing?
Because I was putting my worth in the hands of other people, looking for validation, looking for attention in all the wrong ways. And I was just giving my power away. And I didn't like how I felt.
So, what was a actual situation? What's a story that you can share with us about how you gave your power away, or where you were looking for validation from someone else, somewhere else?
Because if things were not going my way, or if I had these expectations of other people or what they should be doing because I was doing this or whatever, and I expected the same thing in return, I would pretty much get upset, get mad, or just start beating myself up, feeling like something was wrong with me. And I would do more, give more, over love, just give more of myself to feel loved and accepted.
So, what are some of the things that you have done on this journey of healing that you're on right now?
I had to do a lot of letting go.
Letting go. Put it in the chat. A lot of letting
I
go. So what is the process of letting go? That's number one. She said letting go. What are some of the things of letting go? I know for me, I had to let go of people. I had to let go of expectations. I had to let go of some jobs or opportunities that I thought were opportunities, but were actually distractions. But for you, Missy, on your journey, what are some of the things that I see, Linda? I see you up here inside the chat. What are some of the things that you had to do to let go or to let go of in order to get your healing?
had to be honest with myself. I had to face some hard truths that some things were what they were and it is what it is. And that I didn't have control over some things that I wanted to change, mainly people. And I just had to learn how to like not force the shoe to fit, but take it off and put it away.
Well, I normally say this. I think I said this on the first night. I offended my sister, but like OJ in the OJ trial, right? If the gloves don't fit, you must have quit. And I think that's so true.
Mm.
Sometimes we really want relationships with certain people or things to work in certain circumstances and situations to go according to our plan. But God has to show us that sometimes the things that we really want ain't meant for us, right? And when He's telling us or showing us or giving us signs that the shoe don't fit and that the gloves don't fit, why do we continue to try to force them? Why do we continue to try to make it work when in actuality we totally got it ain't working? Why? Because every time we keep moving in that direction, we keep hitting the wall and it's a big knot that's forming on our head, but we won't turn and go in another direction. We just keep going. It's like, well, if I run a little bit faster, maybe I can get through. Or if I run a little bit harder, then maybe I can get through. But that ain't gonna help you. If anything, that's gonna give you some more stitches. If you know what I mean.
Right. And I honestly think a lot of the things that I wanted in, like, if, like, for example, like a relationship, I feel like I wasn't ready. Like, I think God was showing me I wasn't ready because of how I was acting, what I was doing, and how I was loving. Like, now I look at love totally different. I don't look at it the same that I did 3 years ago. So I feel like a lot of the things that I wanted, like a relationship or love, even though I think God was saying you're not ready yet. Like, you need to be molded. You need to be just reconstructed because you ain't ready. You ain't ready for nothing that you want right now. You need to mature. You need to develop more.
Exactly. I do
But
get
that was
that.
hard. That wasn't easy. I didn't like that. I was upset. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was really mad
Why?
because I'm not gonna lie, I just be wanting what I want when I want it.
Yeah, I think a lot of us are like that when it comes to God telling us no or it's not the right time and right. And it's definitely hard for me to say no. I know I have said this in this community many times that when I hear no, I don't hear no, you can't have it. I hear that you're not the person that's going to do the thing or come with me along this journey. But when you're talking about relationships, I totally have tons of situations and experiences where I feel like I wanted what I wanted, and then when it wasn't working, I definitely had my feelings hurt. And I was the type of person that always found myself in some form of a love triangle. And you do know what a love triangle means, right? That means it's three people and not two people. Put it in the chat. It's three people and not two people. See, a triangle is three sides. That
Right.
ain't the type of relationship you want. You don't want three
Third
sides,
party.
right? And I totally always found myself in situations where I was waiting for someone else to choose me. Anyone else out there
Yeah.
ever been waiting for someone to choose them? If so, put it in the chat. Yep, that's been
Yes.
me. I was waiting. There was a time when I was out here in the dating scene where I was waiting for people to choose me. I was waiting to be the one that somebody said, "Yeah, I want to spend my life with you. I want to be in a relationship with you." And that is definitely a hard place to stand. Okay, see, Linda, I see you. You like, yeah, three people, not two. Yeah, that is definitely a problem. Okay, my sis here is she's saying amen, and I want to kill your name, but I want to say it's
It's Shalita.
Shalitha. Thank you. This
Yes.
must be one of your friends. I want to kill these
It's my
names,
cousin.
but hey,
So I
hey,
want to
cousin
say
Shalitha.
something, Dineen, because when you said that you want people to choose you, see, that's something else I learned on my journey, is that I wanted these things for these people, but I wasn't giving myself those things. Like, I want you to choose me, but I wasn't choosing me. I want you to spoil me with things, but I wasn't spoiling myself with things. So I've really learned on my journey, what you want from someone else, you have to be willing to give that to yourself so that you know your expectations, so that you know your worth. Now I do know my expectations and know my worth and know how to pour into myself. So I don't really need that from my partner because I'm already giving that to myself already. But when he does it, it'll be like a bonus. So I learned all that on my journey. Like, that's why I said I was putting my worth in the hands of someone else, but wasn't doing that for myself. And like, even though this person knew my worth, knows my worth, but I didn't. So I was like chasing something for what? You don't have to chase nothing. And I had to learn that. It wasn't easy, but I had to learn that.
Yeah, I think that's definitely what I got through the situation, right? By being in those love triangles is what I call them, right? Where you're waiting for someone else to choose you and not really having your own standards or the things that will work and not work for you, right? It took me until I got to the situation where I was dating my husband and we were openly dating to where I finally got like without a shadow of a doubt, I know what it is that I'm looking for. I know how much of a value I bring to the relationship. I know what it is that I offer. And I totally got that I was no longer waiting for someone else to choose me. I choose me. Put in the chat, I choose me. I choose me. So when
Right.
I saw that the situation was not going in a direction that I knew that was I was worthy of, it was like, okay, I get it. I get it. This is my stop. This is where I'm getting off. Why? Because I've been in this situation over and over and over again. And to show God that I actually learned from all those repeats of those lessons, because y'all do know that if you keep making the same mistake, it's just going to keep
Yeah, you're
coming. The
gonna keep
situation
repeating
just going to keep
on your lesson.
coming and coming and coming and coming again until you got right. Okay, Linda is in here. She was like, and I'm still learning. And then she said, I choose me. Exactly. I choose me. And once I finally got the lesson, is when the glow up happened, right? When the
Right.
relationship happened, when I actually was able to experience a real relationship with love and endearment and affection and value and respect for one another because I chose me. And sometimes we feel like choosing ourselves is a bad thing, but it's not. It's what you should be doing. You should be choosing yourself because if you don't love yourself first,
Then no
you
one
are
else will.
definitely training people on how to treat you. So you think
Right.
that they don't get that you don't love yourself? You just showing it by the things that you tolerate and you allow people to do
Right.
to you. So what is
Right.
something else that you actually learned during your healing process?
I learned that I was my own worst enemy. My
Ooh, that's
own
a good one.
thoughts, my mouth, the things that I would say, it didn't make sense. I'm grateful that I have support like with my cousin who just tells me the truth. I mean, we've had plenty of fights, like screaming matches, hanging up in faces. But now when I look back on it, it's exactly what I needed because I was saying some things that were like didn't make sense. Didn't make sense at all. So my language about myself, how I viewed myself, like when you start comparing yourself to other people, you know you have a problem. Like you know you have a problem right there because you shouldn't be comparing yourself to someone else or even wanting to be in someone else's shoes because you don't know what they're going through.
Exactly.
And God has showed me that too because my mouth, I was saying some things out my mouth and God had to shut me up to let me know like you don't want that situation. Like you find where you at, you know. So I had to learn all that stuff. Controlling my mouth, controlling my thoughts. And I'm still working on that, you know, controlling my mouth and controlling my thoughts. But I have came a long way. I'm still growing. I'm still trying to get it all together because you know, these are habits that I've had for so long. And like trying to change them is not easy, but I do love the feeling that I feel now compared
Yeah.
to 3 years ago.
Yeah. And I think the key, just in case you guys don't know this, but when you're on that journey of actually becoming the change, put in the chat, becoming the change, put in the chat, becoming the change. When you get that becoming the change, you actually have to alter who you are being, right? It goes beyond just your thoughts. It goes beyond just your feelings. It goes beyond just your circumstances and situations. You totally have to decide who do you want to be when these situations come. Do you want to be the person always going off and acting crazy and losing your temper and not getting any type of results in what it is that you're looking for? If that's what you
Mhm.
want, if you want the same results that you've been getting, then keep behaving the way that you're behaving. But becoming the
Right.
change is based on being the way that you behave when certain situations come up. So, what it is that you need to do or bring to the situation to have a different outcome, similar to the one that I was telling you about when I was always in a love triangle, I had to bring confidence, I had to bring courage, I had to bring value. And once I brought those things to my situation, I totally got, hey, I'm confident. I totally got that I'm courageous and that I have value. And once I got
Mhm.
that, I wouldn't tolerate being in a love triangle or waiting for somebody to choose me. But for whatever
Right.
situation that you're in, that you know that you haven't been showing up and your thoughts ain't right, it's in your feelings not right, and your actions not right, you need to change to become somebody different. Because if you keep being the person that you have been being, I promise you're gonna
You
keep
can get
getting
the
the same
same
results
results.
that you've
Right.
been getting. It ain't gonna change. No matter how many different people that you're in the situation with, no matter how many times you see it, if you haven't changed and decided that you're going to be someone else different when you're faced with the situation again, I promise you're going to get the same results. It's going to be either the lipstick on the pig, the tutu, or the tiara, but it's still going to be a pig. Do you get it? It's still going to be a pig. It's not going to change. You ain't going to go from a pig to a dove. You just going to have pig
Right.
with lipstick, a pig with a tiara, or a pig with a tutu. Whatever you choose, you got to become someone different. All right. So what else did you learn on your journey of healing?
I learned that I have power.
Yes.
I have power. Like I learned that all I gotta do is just be me. I don't have to be extra. I don't need the attention. I don't need the validation. Like I like being on camera. I like doing this type of stuff. But so in a way, I do like that type of attention, but I don't have to be extra. I don't have to say extra. I don't have to do extra. All I have to do is be Missy. Now, I didn't know who Missy was, even though I had people tell me, but it doesn't matter. Like, people can tell you till they're blue in the face. If you don't believe it and believe in yourself, then you're just really you're wasting it. Just one ear and out the other, to be honest. But I did start learning, like, I have power. Like, I have favor. Like, God got me. All I need to do is sit back, relax, and flow. Because I'm not going to lie, I don't really know how to go with the flow like that. So I
How did
learned that
you
I
know
have
that you
power.
wasn't okay with being yourself? What were some of the things that you were doing or that you saw in your life that people maybe could resonate with, or they could see themselves being that way? And this would be a red flag, meaning that this may be an area that you should work on changing. What did you do? How did you know that you was not okay with being yourself?
Okay, for one, I was waking up crying, literally looking at my phone like crying because I wasn't getting text, getting called, things like that. Like looking at other people, comparing myself, trying to figure out, like, am I not pretty enough? Am I not good enough? Maybe I'm just not smart enough. Maybe I'm just too old.
Mm-hmm. And I asked myself that same question too. I used to ask myself the question, what is it about me that doesn't make them want to be in a relationship with me? Like, what's the difference
Right,
about her? What is it that she has that I don't have? Or how is she
right.
showing up in a way that I'm not showing up? Right. But here's what you got to get: that comparison game and that mindset and that thought process takes away of you, your originality, your uniqueness, your authenticity, because you never want to show up in a space being someone other than yourself. You never want to come across as being exactly someone else. Then what would be the difference of you sharing the space with that same person if y'all both gonna be alike? We don't need two yous. Like,
Right.
one you is enough. I promise. Hands down, one you is enough. I know that if my husband was on here right now, he would say two Deneens. And my daughter named her name is Dineen, but she ain't like
Oh,
me. She ain't
wow.
like me, right? But two Deneens, like the Deneen Michael Merriweather, I don't want two of those. One is absolutely enough. So I want you to get one you is enough. It is worthy and valuable of all the love and the things. Yeah, Linda, right. One you is enough. It
Yeah,
definitely is enough.
exactly.
And I totally get it, right? And yeah, your cousin is like, amen, amen. One of Missy is enough. Yeah, girl. However, she have you coaching her on the side. I know you like one is enough. She ain't gonna she be driving you crazy, right? But the same thing. Like, I know I drive my husband crazy. I know if he had hair on his
Oh
head, he'd
my
be wanting to
god.
pull it out. But he ain't got no hair. He bald. So thank you, Jesus. I know he happy about that because I'll probably be taking it all out. But look, I just want to know, if is there any other things that you want to share before we start wrapping it up? I want to make sure I share what it is that you're giving away and talk about the event that you have coming up that would definitely help people with their healing and get themselves on track going into the new year.
Yes. So when it comes to healing, because I think sometimes people have this perception that healing is just it is a very liberating, it is a beautiful thing when you start becoming the person you want to be. But before you become, you have to unbecome. like bad habits, thoughts, what we thought was right, how we grew up, even facing some childhood trauma. It's a lot of things that come up in your face. And no matter how much you try to hide it, no matter how much you try to work it off, which is something I was doing, you got to face it head on, because you don't want to be triggered. Because if you don't face it head on, you're going to always be triggered. So if something's triggering you, that means it's something that needs to be worked on, and just work on it. It's not easy, but it can be done. It'll take time, it'll take patience, it'll take a lot of praying and the right support. Keyword, right support, because all advice is not good advice. And some people like when you're down. So, just keep going, keep striving, keep going.
All right. So tell people what it is that you're giving away today. I want to go ahead and pull this link up. I want you guys to make sure that you register, because you got to be in it to win it, right? So what is it that you're offering, you're giving away during the 12 days of Christmas?
So today I will be having a 2023 vision board party / masterclass that will take place on January the 7th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I will be focusing on all 5 main groups that people use as New Year's resolutions, such as weight loss, money, career. I did spirituality, and the 5th one. What was the 5th one? Oh my God, I forgot the 5th one. But there's going to be 5. And more than likely, when I do the class, it's probably going to be more. So we'll be talking. This is not just an ordinary vision board party where we're just going to make vision boards and that go. No, we are going to make vision boards. We're going to talk about vision boards and talk about how you can execute your goals. For example, like weight loss, different ways that you can start to execute weight loss, not just going to the gym January 1st to January 31, but no, actually taking the steps like meal prepping, getting a trainer if that's what you want to do. Different ways you can do different workouts and stuff like that. We got to execute, because we got to write the vision. We got to make it plain, and we got to do it. We got to do the thing. We got to do it.
All right. So I dropped the link. And if you are interested in being one of the lucky winners, because it's only going to be one, but you got to be in it to win it, to join her, did you say on January the 7th?
Yes.
For the vision party, then I want you to do that. And if you don't want to wait and you want to actually purchase your own ticket to make sure that you are a part of the vision party, I'm putting that link in there right now. Make sure that you decide that you're going to do the work that's necessary for 2023 to be different than 2022. Because if you don't put the work in, you will get nothing out.
Right. And I just want to also say that there's also, the tickets are only $20, and there's also vendor tickets as well. So if you have a business you want to promote, I have somebody who's working with me who will set that up, and you'll meet with that person. That ticket's only $30, so you can promote your business on the party too. And the person that's going to help me do that, she does all the special stuff to get that situated. So that's also a part of it too.
Okay, fantastic. So I'm also going to put your address here on YouTube. If you want to follow Missy on YouTube, it's Missy Brown 4863. So go ahead, definitely subscribe to her YouTube channel. Thank you so much, Missy, for being here, telling us and taking us through the journey of healing, the good, the bad, and the ugly, but mainly the ugly. Healing the inner you is what she focuses on. Make sure you join her January the 7th for the vision board party like none other, and get ready and set up for your new year in 2023. Thank you again, Missy, for being here. And you guys register to win. If you got to be in it in order to win it. And I look forward to serving you soon. Thank you guys for being here. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow, we will be here in the space. I want to say that Janelle Pulley is next. And it's all about the money, baby. We're going to be talking about financial wellness. So you don't want to miss it. And I know, Linda, since being, is it debt-free? In 2023, you don't want to miss tomorrow night at 8:00 p.m. All right, always looking forward to serving you guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow night at 8. Have a good one.